Uh, Send out some form for people to let us know if they were interested. So we got about 25 people that said that they were interested in different committees. So yeah. But we had more than between online and people in person. We had about 60 people that attended yesterday. I got to check on Helen. She was out sick for a while. Helen? I don't know. Right here. She was in the hospital. That's what I heard. Did we get you up for that?
I know. I was up at 6. I don't know why.
We're expecting Helen as our fourth member. We are. Chuck and Larry are on vacation, I believe.
See if I finally figured out how you're spending the stimulus money.
$48,000.
I was watching your interview last night. They have a way about them. And if you were going too quick, I think you're moving too fast, Superintendent. You're taking enough time and you're being thoughtful about it. Right. Yeah. Right. 3 years is a long time.
You spent all years?
Not yet, but we're moving quickly. Pat, we keep getting rained out from your neighborhood walk. My team, we did. Wait, no, 2 nights ago, I think. Yeah. And we probably, of course, like there was a window there, but it was rained on both ends of it, and
So you didn't.
we will.
I know.
I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things I do in this job, rather than being cooped up in here. But weather just hasn't cooperated.
Very straight.
Yeah.
60s tomorrow.
Oh, I know. So Jessica had emailed me, so that's
Well, no, I don't know what Jessica sent you, but yes. So I'm sure we've probably rescheduled at some point, but it did not take place 2 days ago. Yeah. And did you get contacted about Marie Regina?
couple times with me, and Chase talked to me yesterday. So when I schedule a meeting, we're gonna have this. Because I know there's some issue other than others.
They haven't programmed every building. I mean, there's some that are harder than others, so if you wanted to seriously talk with them, well, they talk to you. Yeah. I get it. I'm just gonna text Helen and see.
Yes, I,
Slow these days, so. So we don't have a quorum otherwise, right, Joe?
correct. Yeah, that's why I confirmed with her yesterday at the council meeting.
Forgetting about that.
Mayor, we could start with the reports even without a quorum. We just can't vote on anything.
Asking for a link. That's not good. Asking for a link. I
Oh,
don't think she thought it was in person.
oh. Yeah, she wasn't, well. I think it's supposed to be by video. She can. I think.
Good setup.
I think. Oh, that wouldn't work. Well, we could start with the reports.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. We just can't vote.
Everyone, sorry for the delay. We are waiting for Council President Hudson to join us, but I am going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. I'll note that Mr. LSA and Ms. Bodie are in attendance. We are expecting Council President Hudson, so at that point we will have a quorum and be able to take votes. And Mr. Maryhugh and Mr. Williams are excused, so we are able to proceed and at least go through the reports. So we are going to hold on the minutes from our June 24th, 2021 meeting and go right to our report from the Secretary. Morning, Joe.
Yes, good morning, Mayor, everyone. I'm pleased to report that, as you know, the state legislature passed Phase 3 for JSCB during their session. My understanding is it's now under review by the governor's office in order to proceed to final approval. The next meeting in August, we had planned to have Landon and Ryan come and do their presentation now that we're back in in-person meetings. I guess just one kind of mechanical question. They like to use the screen. I guess it would work as we did it before over on the left, the new configuration.
Great. Yeah, I'm sure we can just make sure we arrange it with maintenance ahead of time, but
Yes.
no problem.
Okay. And finally, there's correspondence which was distributed to the board members from Mr. Giardine, which I believe he also distributed to the Board of Education. And that completes my report.
Thanks, Joe. Actually, if you don't mind, Jaime, I am interested to hear the correspondence is related to the Nottingham sign. Do you have any updates on?
We're gonna be working on that. We're looking at the funding sources to replace that sign, so our facilities department is working on that. So,
Okay, all set, Joe?
Yes, thank you.
All right, let's go next to our report from our program manager. You're not Chris.
I'm not Chris, I am Sean. I'll be filling in for Chris today.
Morning, Sean.
Chris is on vacation, enjoying time with his family, so that's good. Nothing really to report on procurement this month. Budgets, we're seeking a couple of resolutions today for not to exceed increase at Danforth and Clary Ellen contracts. Also the increase to the Danforth budget reallocation. Project closeout, we anticipate Blodgett, Huntington, and Huntington and Ed Smith close out third, fourth quarter. At Ed Smith, we're into that fire alarm rework right now. That's going well. We anticipate that wrapping up the end of the summer here. Construction, we're into the heavy part of the season now, and it's very busy on all the jobs. Lots of things changing daily. That's all good stuff. Over at Fowler, the interior package, continuing work in the pool locker rooms and the team rooms. We anticipate having the team rooms back for school. The pool and the pool locker rooms, we do not anticipate having back for the start of school, but we'll have those in September. We've been in communication with the district on those items. Concession building, that's coming along. The roof is probably the most noticeable thing that'll be last to be installed here in the next couple of weeks. Over at Corcoran, progressing. The gym floor is going down, continuing to work in the locker rooms. The gym locker rooms is an area where we will not be 100% complete by the start of school. Locker delivery there is really pushed that out. They keep giving us a date on those, and then they keep changing it. So it seems to be a common theme now with a lot of materials as we get delivery dates and they get pushed out. So we're continuing to work on those and better those. Also at Corcoran, putting down the new flooring in the auditorium. And then the site work is progressing pretty well over there. We've got that B-wing parking lot, we call it, paved and striped already. And they're up on the upper lot now.
Sean, just to be clear on some of the material delays. So is this work both in the case of Corcoran and Fowler that was initially anticipated to be completed before the beginning of the school year?
Yes, But with Fowler, we kind of had a late start with the contract, so some of the materials got ordered late. And we did find a few discovered conditions over there with the pool drain at the Fowler pool. So we got that scoped, got it cleaned, gonna reline it. So a few minor things like that, but the delivery of the lockers is probably just a late procurement. And the market's going up and down with delivery times.
Okay.
So some areas where we're doing lockers, we're getting them in time. For instance, at Nottingham, we're replacing all the corridor lockers, and those are going to be here next week, hopefully. And then, but the lockers for the locker rooms, we won't have those until mid-September.
Got it.
So it's really dependent on when the order was placed and then, you know, the vendor.
Okay. All right.
Over at Henniger, we're continuing to work on the site work over there. Continuing on the addition. That's coming along nicely. The locker room area that's in punch list phase. There are a couple areas of concern over there. The front canopy and where that new main office is going to be relocated. We're monitoring that, and it's a concern of ours, so we're focusing on that. Another area over there that we're focused on are the toilet rooms. And it's, toilet rooms are always a push this time of year. We have a plan, we're gonna work the plan, and we're gonna check the plan and make adjustments as needed to try and get that in on time.
That's one of the buildings that I'm very concerned about
Yeah.
readiness for September.
That is high on our radar as well.
I was there Tuesday, and
Yeah,
I'm very concerned about Henniger and Danforth.
yeah. Danforth is another one that's on our radar, high priority. First floor, second and third floor of Danforth are looking good. The first floor, we've still got to get through the final push here with the finishes. With Danforth, we're struggling a little bit with some of the manpower on both the painting and the flooring. But the people that we do have on site, they are working overtime. We're trying to get more people every day. So it's coming along, but we knew Danforth, the first floor was going to be a push to get there. The abatement has started at Danforth on the boiler, so that's underway. That's good. Clary, in pretty good shape there. We've started work at Elms, which is good. The district's moving into Clary, so no major hiccups there that we foresee.
I asked the question, you skipped Nottingham, so.
Oh, sorry, I missed my place here. Nottingham, continuing renovations, ongoing well in that new main office reallocation or relocation. It's that horseshoe area around the auditorium. Work is progressing well there. We don't see any major hiccups there. The window delivery, we did get pushed out a little bit on that. We're going to receive windows, I want to say 41 windows towards the end of August 23rd that week. So we got working on a plan to install those windows that we get, and then I believe there's another 25 windows or so that we'll still working to get the delivery date on those. So we're windows there have pushed out a little bit, but we feel like we have a plan to install those into September and not interrupt school. The locker rooms over there, they will not be 100% lockers for the locker rooms. We will not have for the start of school.
Going back to Danforth and Henniger. Henniger knew that it's falling behind. And we've all been aware of the issues at Danforth. You're saying that's a priority and you're focusing, but what are you doing different to ensure that things will be completed before the school year begins? That was different than 2 months ago when we already knew, not Henniger, but we knew that Danforth was an issue.
Specifically to Danforth, I'm hoping I'm understanding your question correctly. We knew that the finishes were going to be right up to the end, and we're continuing to focus and drive the schedule for manpower and material to get us over the hump at Danforth.
So you added another shift, or what are you doing?
We're working overtime.
Okay.
Is that, and the Henniger piece, there's some unforeseen conditions that pop up when you demo a room. Sometimes you find out that the column or the wall that you thought was going to be in a location isn't. So we had some questions at the beginning, and we've got the design team in, figured out solutions. So there's a little bit of a hiccup there, and then it's just coordinating from there on. Does that make sense?
How likely are the schools going to be ready for opening?
Danforth, I think we'll be ready. Henniger, I think we'll be ready, but we do have focus areas that we are monitoring, like the canopy area, that main entrance, and the toilet rooms.
Well, it would be hard to open the schools without the toilet rooms.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a high priority.
Okay.
A lot to digest there. I kind of jumped into some of the critical issues as we were going through the building updates, but thought it was probably the proper time to hit those. Like I mentioned, materials, lead times are a little volatile right now, along with some select manpower issues.
Did you touch on Elms? Did I miss that?
Elms, I did not. Elms, we are over there. We started demo, which is good. And that's really the update there.
And Jaime, remind me, what are we doing at Elms this school year? Are they in there?
Levy. One of the concerns that I have is securing the buildings in the evening at night. We have had some kids get into the building.
Yes. We have definitely increased efforts in building security, in particular at one building, but at all the buildings. It's been a huge focus the past week. We don't want any more repeats.
They've been there quite a few times.
Yeah.
Any other updates, Sean?
Oh, unless you guys have any further questions.
Questions for Sean?
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, I want to welcome Council President Hudson. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. We have, we'll go back to the beginning of the agenda, and I will entertain a motion to accept the minutes from the June 24th meeting. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. All right, back on track with the agenda. We will next go to the financial summary. Morning, John.
Good morning, everybody. It's nice to see everybody. We only have the one pager this month. This is for a May financial summary. And the highlights for the month are we had the vendor payments that were approved by the JSCB at the April meeting, and they were paid in May, and they total $5.6 million. We had $23.8 million in debt service payments that were made in May for both Phase 1 and Phase 2 bonds. And then we ended the month with $76.6 million in cash and $33.7 million in fund balance. The financial activity does show that the activity for the month, the first column, the month column, there are no cash inflows for the month of May, so there's nothing to report. However, the year-to-date column does reflect the activity from June of 2020 to May of 2021, and that totals $33 million. Our projected for the fiscal year of 2021, that column shows $33.1 million of cash inflows for the year. Our cash outflows, the first column does show the activity for May of construction payments were $5.2 million. Our incidental payments were $475,000. And our debt service payments were $23.8 million for the month of May. The year-to-date column shows the total payments for the activity from June of 2020 to May of 2021. And then the total projected column is $117.3 million, and that will take us out to the end of June. So that gives us the total for, or compared to the April statement, our cash decreased by $29.5 million, and that leaves us with the $76.6 million in cash. The bar graph on the bottom shows the cash inflows of $33 million in blue, and the projected is zero at this point. The cash outflows is $101.1 million in the blue, and the projected cash outflows of $16 million in the orange. And that completes my report. Does anybody have questions? No? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Donna. Okay. We have, it's like 4 resolutions here, so Joe, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. We would start, as usual, with resolution number 21, which would be our monthly payments to the various JSCB contractors.
So,
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
And we have resolution number 22, which would confirm the Board of Education's amendment to the comprehensive plan, which moved funds to Danforth from the Henniger budget.
second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 23 would amend the Pack and Associates contract to increase the contingency budget for Danforth by $450,000.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And finally, resolution number 24 would amend the Huber Brewer contract for Clary and Elm's project, their contingency budget by $200,000.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
That completes our resolutions for today.
Thanks, Joe. Any other business to come before the board?
So move.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everybody. Good day.